I am learning, like education books, textbooks are always good to pick up if you find them. And I've been doing really well with books lately. I might start expanding that and want to make that even bigger part of my store. I just got to figure out storage and inventory of it. Hey everybody. It's going to be a short episode today. I really don't have a lot to talk about. All I really got's the top 10. Like I said, it's just been a okay week as far as number of sales go. About average on the actual dollar amount, which means average sale price per sale is up a little bit this week, which is a good thing. Final week of the semester of college. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but really nothing major to report. So let's just go ahead and jump into the numbers. This week I had a gross sales of $655, which was a net of $367. As you can see, it was a pretty steady week. My busiest day was Thursday with $158.35 for gross and $96.79 for net. And then something happened this week, yesterday on a Saturday, which is very unusual. That hasn't happened in a long time. I went 24 hours without a sale and had a $0 day on Saturday. Not that big of a deal for me at this point. Just hoping that as we're going into quarter four, everything's going to start picking back up and it's going to start going through the roof. I got a feeling we're going to have a busy quarter four this year, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm not going to sweat one day of no sales when my average net profit for the week is around the same as normal. Average gross per sale this week was $26.19, which gave me an average net of $14.67, which was a net profit margin of 56% and an average net profit margin per sale of 51%. Top sources by net return, obviously sunglasses number one, no surprise there. Thrift stores holding down the other spot. Mom and dad's move is still on there. Donated items, just a mix. This week it says I spent $0 on new inventory. Actually, I spent a lot. As you can see, my clothes pile is quite stacked up. We actually did really good on clothes. We found a lot of great stuff that's going to sell for great profit. So I'm looking forward to listing that. But I did spend more than $0 this week. Just haven't entered it into inventory yet. My cost of goods sold this week was $52.43. I paid eBay $99.10 in marketplace fees, and I paid parcel services $137 in shipping labels. I continued my goal of 8 a day. One day I had 9. I got a lot of scratch sunglasses that I'm just selling to get rid of again. So that's 57 for the week. 25 sales, a little bit below average of our average of 30, but not bad nonetheless, especially when that average price per sale is up. This week, it took an average of 2 months for an item to get listed in my store, and it took 6 months for an average item to sell in my store this week. We had a 601% return on investment for the week and an average return on investment per sale of 808% for the week. Jumping into the top 10, number 10 is this Detroit Red Wings 2XL Knights Apparel Golf Polo. Picked this polo up from a Goodwill for $4.17. It sold on eBay for $27.65. That was $19 even for the polo, $8.65 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship this item was $5.34. That provided me a net return of $14.45, which was a 347% return on investment and an average net profit margin of 52%. Number 9 sale of the week are these new with tags Panama Jack sunglasses PJ19 pink translucent multicolor tortoise frames. Picked these sunglasses up for $1.12 on eBay. They sold on eBay for $24.28. That was $16.98 for the sunglasses, $7.30 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship this item was $4.45. That provided me a net return of $14.66, which was a 1,309% return on investment and a 60% net profit margin. And the number 8 sale of the week is this Callaway Rogue Street Chrome Soft Golf Hat Navy Palm Print Snapback Cap. Picked this cap up for $4.17 from a Goodwill. It sold on eBay for $28.28. That was $20.68 for the hat, $7.60 for the shipping. The actual cost to ship this item was $4.69. That provided me a net return of $14.94, which was a 350% return on investment and a 53% net profit margin. Number 7 sale of the week is this Polo Ralph Lauren men's large button-down short sleeve shirt. Picked this shirt up for $2.58 from a Salvation Army. It sold on eBay for $26.05. That was $18 for the shirt, $8.05 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship this item was $4.80. That provided me a net return of $15.05, which was a 583% return on investment and a 58% net profit margin. Number 6 sale of the week is this Avon Luminoise Treasure Autumn's Glow Tea Light Candle Halloween Cat House. I picked this Halloween house up at a local St. Vincent de Paul's for 75 cents, and it sold on eBay for $31.70. That was $18.50 for the actual house and $13.20 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship this item was $9.67. That provided me a net return of $16.01, which was a 2,135% return on investment and a 51% net profit margin. Number 5 sale of the week are these new with tags Foster's Grant sunglasses FGLP 24 $4.94 black tortoise frames. Purchased these on eBay for $1.12. They sold on eBay for $27.28. That was $19.98 for the sunglasses, $7.30 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship this item was $4.41. That provided me a net return of $17.07, which was a 1,524% return on investment and a 63% net profit margin. Number 4 sale of the week is this Panasonic KX-TG744 Link 2-cell Bluetooth cordless phone for phone handset. This was donated to me, so I got this for free. It sold on eBay for $36.50. That was $26.50 for the phone set, $10 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship this item was $8.24. That provided me a net return of $23.51, which was an infinite return on investment and a 64% net profit margin. Number 2 sale of the week is this vintage aluminum dome lunchbox. I got this from my mom and dad when they were doing the move. This lunchbox is family history. My dad's grandfather. So my great grandfather worked for the Ford plant here in our local area way back in the day. And these lunchboxes were issued to the employees by Ford. They're unmarked, but they're just aluminum stamped lunchboxes. So this is my great grandfather's lunchbox. I got this for free from my parents. It sold on eBay for $45.98. That was $35.98 for the lunchbox, $10 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship this item was $10.33, so I lost a little money on shipping. And that provided me a net return of $28.08, which is an infinite return on investment and a 61% net profit margin. And the number 2 sale of the week is this Fields Anatomy Palpitation and Surface Markings 5th edition 2016 paperback textbook. I picked this textbook up at a local Goodwill for $3.22. It sold on eBay for $59.20, which was $53.98 for the book, $5.22 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship this item was $5.22. That provided me a net return of $40.43 on one book, which was a 1,256% return on investment and a 68% net profit margin. Again, I'm just getting into books. I'm just scratching the surface on getting into it and learning them. I am learning, like, education books, textbooks are always good to pick up if you find them. And I've been doing really well with books lately. I might start expanding that and want to make that even bigger part of my store. I just got to figure out storage and inventory of it right now. Right now, I just have like big Rubbermaid bins, but I'd like to go with like an actual bookshelf, just for the simple fact is I can alphabetize it. So whenever something sells, I can easily pull it out. Because right now it's all just in a box, organized by the size, the actual size of the book. And it's just not a good system that I don't like right now, but I want to figure something out. Bringing us to the number 1 sale of the week, it's these Coach Women's 7B pull-on rubber rain boots, black with red logo. Now, if you're a longtime viewer of this show, this is actually the second pair of these I sold, and I still have one more pair, brand new pair of these boots still in my inventory. I picked these up at a local St. Vincent de Paul's, the local shoe store in a small town here in Michigan. Was getting rid of old inventory, so they just donated all these brand new shoes, boots, and everything to St. Vincent de Paul's. And I happened to go into the day late last year, I think it was fall, and no, purchase date was February, late winter, my apologies, where they were just trying to get rid of the shoes as quickly as possible, so they had them heavily marked down. So The second pair I sold, I picked it up for $2.68. They sold on eBay for $77.99, which was $62.99 for the boots, $15 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship this item was $10.67. That provided me a net return of $54.04, which was a 2016% return on investment and a 69% net profit margin. And that concludes our top 10 sales of the week. Again, as you saw, this was just kind of a very set it and forget it week. As far as the business goes, there's really no news that came out. The video I did put out last week talking about AI, I know that a lot of you commented that you were interested in how I used AI and how I utilized it in the business. I do plan on making a little bit more extended video on how I built my GPT and how I use it for my business. Again, I'm sure I'm not using it to its full potential, but right now what I'm using it for is identifying things. I'm using it for looking up active and solds. I'll explain all to it. I plan on doing a video for it, and this was my last week of college for this semester, and I actually think I have a week off. I should figure that out, because if I have to go back to class tomorrow morning, I should be prepared for that. So that's the first thing I'm looking up when I get done here doing the filming. But I think I have a week off between semesters this go around, and if I do, I plan on dedicating time to go in depth to show you guys how I use ChatGPT and integrate it into my business, and how I help it. It helps me with listing, it helps me with sourcing, and everything else like that. So look forward to that video coming out. I promise it's going to take a while, because I'm going to do a little bit more editing into it and not try to rush it out. But that is coming on the horizon. Other than that, there's really no new news in the eBay space to talk about. I do think this is going to be a strong quarter 4. I think my summer numbers being a big surprise for what they were is a good sign that my quarter 4 numbers this year will be better than my quarter 4 last year. Plus, I have more inventory than I did last year. We've built up the store. I'm actually really happy where everything's at and how everything is growing for me personally. So I'm excited about that. For those that care about my college journey, I did get my finals back for this last semester that happened, and I got an A- on the final project for each class. Both classes, I got an A. I think in typography, I got an A-, which it's still an A overall. I'm happy with it. I thought I was going to get a B in that class, but luckily I pushed it out just enough to get right above the A threshold. So keeping the honor roll train going as far as straight A's go, even though one's a minus. Yeah, that's all I got for this week. Sorry for such a short episode, but there's just not much to talk about, and I don't want to waste your time. I want you guys to have a great Sunday. Get back to what you were doing. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you're new here and you enjoyed the content, press that subscribe button, because it helps me out in the algorithm. And if you like the content, hit the like button. Also helps me out in the algorithm. I appreciate you guys so much for coming in and watching these videos every week, interacting in the community. You guys are so awesome. It's a blast doing them. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera off, get inside editing so I can get this out to you. And I got to figure out if I got to go to college tomorrow morning. So as always, I hope you guys had a great week of sales. I hope you guys have a great week of sales to come. And remember, no matter what happens, I will see you guys next Sunday. Have a great week, everyone.